Okay, and we're back with Sting's questions, following up to number 5. And this one's pretty good. What would happen if the Dark Ace became the new Spectre? Wow. Just wow. Sting's, though, as much as that's scary as that might be, as scary as that might be, the problem is that I don't think the Spectre would bond his spirit to the Dark Ace, because he could just sense that malevolence instead and be like, "Oh no, I'm not joining with you, buddy." So there you go. That's my thought on it. Number 6 is, what do you think would happen if Cyclonus wielded the power of Parallax? Oh my God. I don't think if she could wield it, I think she'd be more or less controlled by that power of Parallax, because Hal, Kyle, and even Ganthet couldn't control that power when they merged with Parallax, so I don't think she'd have any luck either. But she would be probably more or less unstoppable if she in the Stormox universe if she was possessed by Parallax. All right, your 7th question is: would Omni-Man from Invincible get along with Plasmius? Okay. Probably not. I mean, those two probably would not get along. They'd probably try to team up or something, but it would not last. They'd try to kill each other at the end, because they don't trust anybody. They only trust themselves. So, that's my thought on that. Your 8th question is, do you think Ben Tennyson from Ben 10 Ultimate Alien can hold the power of both the Omnitrix and a Green Lantern ring? Okay, probably, but here's the thing. This is how I think it would go. He'd only be able to use the power ring in his human form. When he turned into aliens, the rings would probably go away. It's not like he needs the rings with the power of the aliens anyway. I mean, they're powerful. He's strong enough without them, so he'd only probably use it if the Omnitrix was down, and his ring would probably be, like I said, only used for like human stuff. When he's in his human form, excuse me. So there you go. Your 9th question you asked me is, what do you think would happen if Alucard from Hellsing had decided to become a secret member of the Akatsuki? Would he have been discovered as a fraud? Would he be able to destroy each member? More than likely, I think he'd probably kill off like most of the members of the Akatsuki. Those guys, they're strong, but I'm not trying to be an anime nutty hugger. But I call it how it is most of the time, especially at this time. So I'm going to say it's a possibility they could kill him, but he'd probably kill a lot more of them before they finally got to kill him. So there you go, Stings. Hang on, because I know you had more questions. One moment, please. Okay, here you go. Ooh, a lot more questions, but okay, I'm up for it. What do you think would... Okay, excuse me. Do you think this would be a true Clash of Titans? What would happen if Superman was placed in a death match with the Plutonian? Would he survive? Oh, and he's got more with that, and this is all for question 10. If Thor had to fight Omni-Man, who would survive? If Gladiator from Marvel had to fight Supreme from Image, who would survive? Would he survive? If General Zod had to fight Mr. Majestic from Wildstorm, would he survive? If Goku had to fight the Sentry, who would survive? Decide their fates. Okay, so let's see if I'm up to this. Okay, Superman the Plutonian. Now, for those who don't read Irredeemable from Boom Studios, it's written by Mark Waid, like I said before, but Plutonian is basically an evil Superman. Stings, by the way, since you've been giving all these fights, you're probably more than likely going to like the one of the 2 bonuses I'm going to show at the end of this video. There's going to be a bonus video that's going to talk about a new subject I'm going to be doing as well. I'm not going to spoil it. And there's another thing, too, that that another one of my friend of mine allowed me to do. More on that later. Okay, let's see. Okay, so yeah, if it was a death match, I think either way, Plutonian would try to kill Superman, but if Superman somehow won against Plutonian, he'd probably let him live. Even if they were forced to the death, Superman would go, "I'm not killing this man. I'm no killer." So there you go. If Thor had to fight Omni-Man, who would survive? Thor, Thor would probably win, but it probably wouldn't be a death match. He probably wouldn't kill the man, but those two would beat the snot out of each other. Thor would be more or less exhausted from his fight with Omni-Man. So there you go. Now this one actually happened, Stings. This next one between Gladiator and Marvel. Not Marvel, Supreme. These two actually fought in an actual comic book crossover. It was a one-shot. I can't remember who wrote it, though. I'm sorry. But it was basically Supreme was attacking a planet in a Shi'ar fleet, and Gladiator was sent in to stop him. Now those two fought to the point where it was a draw, and Gladiator had even realized that this fight would last for years and years, and still there'd be no victor. So he faked his death so Supreme would leave, because Gladiator could keep fighting, but he came to the realization that all these people are going to get killed in our fight, and it's just going to last for years, and who knows how many lives are going to get lost. So yeah, that's what happened. It was actually a draw, more or less. Supreme walked away with a false victory, but if it kept going, it would be a draw. So yeah, that crossover actually happened, dude. Go try and look it up. It's really good. I actually have it it's one of the crossovers I own. It's one of my favorite ones. I really recommend it, dude. Okay, your next one is General Zod versus Mr. Majestic. Man, that would be a really crazy fight. But I think those two would actually beat each other to a bloody pulp. I think Zod might walk away the victor, but Majestic's pretty powerful. I don't doubt him. So that's a no comment. Goku and the Sentry. Wow. Not to sound I've been saying, not to sound like a Dragon Ball Z nutty hugger, but here it is. I think Goku would win only for mental stability. I think he'd keep it. He has the power to take out Sentry has the power to kill Goku. I'm not making this up. I surely believe that the Sentry has the power to kill Goku, but he lacks the mental stability to do it. Goku has the power to kill Sentry, but he has the mental stability to do it. And Goku, while he's fighting the Sentry, he'd be like, I don't want to kill this guy, but he's a real threat. So as much as he wouldn't want to do it, he'd kill Sentry in this fight. So I think Goku would be the victor. So there you go, Stings. Hope you enjoyed that. And your 11th and final question is, can an alliance work between Cyclonus and Maleficent from Disney? Probably not. I think Maleficent would backstab Cyclonus or vice versa, and a fight would break out, and Maleficent would probably walk away the victor. Solely because I think her magic is more powerful than any Cyclonian crystal that she's got in her arsenal. And not only that, she's older and more experienced, probably give or take a few thousand years. But anyway, thank you for the questions. Stings, always great to hear to you, man. You always have the most unique questions, and I gotta agree with Chris on that. Okay, who's next? Vivi. Vivi Melody, okay. Vivi Melody. She asked me, what is your favorite comic of all time, character, manga, anime, and movie? Okay, I can't really say comic of all time because there's so many, but there's a lot of indie titles I love, like Irredeemable, The Goon, Ex Machina, a lot of them. So I can't really, and there's a lot of Marvel and DC titles I really love. So yeah, all of them. But I can't say favorite title. Next up is what's my favorite character. I don't have a favorite character. I have top 10 lists, and I think having an all-time favorite character is a little too biased. So I have favorite characters in each series. Like, if you haven't seen them, I have top 10 favorite lists, and I have top 10 favorite cartoon villains, top 10 Marvel villains, top 10 Marvel heroes, all those kinds, you know. Like my favorite DC villains is a tie between Sinestro and the Joker, and my favorite cartoon villain is Chase Young from Xiaolin Showdown. You know, all those. So if you haven't seen my top 10 list, go back on my other videos and check them out. You'll probably like them. Speaking of which, I need to do my top 10 favorite cartoon heroes and top 10 DC heroes. later on down the road. Favorite manga? Well, I've kind of fallen out with manga because there's so many, and there's all these new nutty... I keep running into these new anime fanatics who are just really out there. They'll attack anyone who doesn't say their anime or manga comics are better than that. And I'm sorry, but there are comic book characters that can kick anime characters' asses. And that's not opinion. I believe that's true fact right there. But however, there's anime characters that can kick comic book characters' asses. So it's a give and take, more or less, in my opinion. So I don't really have a favorite manga on that. Same goes to favorite anime. I mean, I like Hellsing. I don't watch Dragon Ball Z Kai solely for the fact that Dragon Ball Z fanatics have ruined the series for me, and they can't shut their mouths. If you're a Dragon Ball Z fan, I'm not talking to you. I don't mean anything against you. It's those fanatics who keep saying, oh, Goku's the greatest thing, he can destroy anybody. Or Vegeta's the greatest thing, he can destroy anybody. I like the show, don't get me wrong, I love Dragon Ball Z, but thanks to these guys I can't enjoy it anymore. Thank you, fucking fanatics. You've ruined it for me, good job. Let me take it down a notch, okay? Sorry you had to see that, guys, especially to you, Melody, for asking the question. Same thing, but I did get into this other anime called Baccano. It's really hard to explain. The best way I could describe it, it's kind of like a mixture of Fullmetal Alchemist and Sin City. That's what it feels like most of the time. So, next up is what's my favorite movie? She asked me. Again, not too biased, and I probably won't have a top 10 favorite movies either because there's so many movies out there, and I love a lot of them, and I can't be too biased. So, I'm just gonna say for that favorite movies, way too many to count, Vivi. Sorry about that. Anyway, let's see, who's got the next questions? Rage of Red Hulk. What's up, man? Okay, he asked me, what's in store for Red Hulk in the Avengers? That's his first question. Well, actually, I think, no offense, Rage, no offense to you, Rage, if you're watching, but I'm actually going to do a video after this, and I post my next two videos, however long it takes. I'm going to be doing a video about this with the Mount Vernon kid's brother, Hulkland93. We're going to do a video on what's our thoughts on the Hulks right now, since Hulk is not only my favorite Marvel hero, but it's also his favorite Marvel hero. So yeah, if you're watching, dude, stay tuned for that, and your questions will be revealed right there. And I don't want to give anything away because we're going to be talking about that. But it's the same thing like the origin of Hero Dark, the other son of Hulk, and what's that all about. So stay tuned for that. But thank you for that. I'll answer your questions there. I'm sorry, Rage. I just don't want to sound that, but I'm saving that topic for when I do the video with Hulkland93. Anyway, moving on to Young J-Way. What's up, man? He asked me one question. Who are your favorite Naruto and One Piece characters? J-Way, I gotta be honest. No offense, dude. This is no offense to you, but I'm not a fan of One Piece. And there's not a lot of animes I get into anymore, but Naruto I kind of like, but I just like the manga. I like the Naruto manga. I'll still read that on occasion, but Naruto fanatics ruin it for me most of the time. However, I can name a lot of the characters I like from that show. Let's see, Gaara, Temari, Kankuro, Shikamaru, Choji, Orochimaru, a lot of the Akatsuki, like Itachi and... God, what was his name? Itachi's partner. I can't remember, but the shark guy. But yeah, so many, dude. Yeah, so many, but thank you for the question, and I'm probably going to be able to wrap up the Q&A in the next part, so see you then, guys.